Hello and welcome. You're watching Too Sharp. I'm Nisha Poddar. Now today we'll focus on two important developments. And bulge bracket private equity firm Blackstone finds India to be their fastest growing major market in the world. Airtel and Jio Starlink partnership is a satellite internet shake-up in the country. What's in this particular big deal? Well, Bharti Airtel and Reliance Jio have struck strategic agreements with SpaceX to introduce Starlink satellite internet services in India. This is an important development. Now, the partnerships come amid a long-standing debate over spectrum allocation for satellite broadband. Now, these telcos had earlier opposed Starlink's preference for administrative allocation over the auctions. Why does it matter? Well, rural connectivity boost is a big thing. Starlink's LEO satellite network can bridge the urban-rural digital divide, ensuring high-speed internet in remote and underserved areas, and remote villages, Himalayan regions, and island territories could gain reliable connectivity for the first time, enabling telemedicine, online education, and better emergency communication services within the country. Now, on the regulatory roadblocks, SpaceX still needs government approval to sell Starlink in India. Now, this follows earlier setbacks when it tried to take pre-bookings without a license. Airtel and Jio, once at odds with Starlink, are now aligning with SpaceX while competing against each other in India's emerging SATCOM market. Now, the announcement was a surprise, given that Airtel already has a tie-up with OneWeb, a rival to Starlink. Airtel is part of the Bharti Group, which owns a significant stake in OneWeb. Now, what's in it for Airtel as well as Jio? Let's take a look at that. Airtel's game plan is that it will offer Starlink alongside its existing OneWeb satellite broadband. It also aims to expand Starlink's enterprise solution for businesses as well as communities. Now, under this particular agreement, Airtel and SpaceX will explore: one, offering Starlink equipment in Airtel's retail stores; second, providing Starlink services via Airtel to business customers; and third, connecting the communities, schools, and health centers. Jio's playbook. One, it will integrate Starlink with Jio Fiber and Jio Air Fiber for expanded broadband coverage. Second, it plans to sell Starlink kits via Jio stores and online platforms. Third, it will provide installation, activation, and customer support to make adoption seamless. So, what about pricing then? While India's specific pricing isn't out yet, well, Bhutan's Starlink plans provide a reference at least. Basic plan is worth about 3,500 rupees per month, standard plan at 4,500. So Starlink's expected India pricing is likely to be higher than traditional broadband, which is 400 to 600 ARPU, but lower than the global. So Starlink rates are higher. In challenges ahead, cost barrier is there, as a hardware costs 25 to 35,000, monthly fees of 5,000 to 7,000, far higher by Indian broadband norms. Regulatory uncertainty, final nod from the Indian government is still pending. Competitive pressures in India's satellite broadband market, well, Starlink will compete with Jio SES, OneWeb, and Amazon Cooper. So, Starlink's entry could really revolutionize internet access in rural India. But remember, affordability and regulatory clearances will be the deciding factors. The Airtel and Jio deal signal a shift from fighting Starlink over spectrum to now partnering for market dominance. Now on to private equity. In a working lunch meeting with Blackstone's top boss Steve Schwarzman here in Mumbai, he shared that India is their best performing market in all major markets across the world. So Blackstone is optimistic about doubling their exposure to India to about $100 billion in the future. with around 40% returns from the India investments, well, Blackstone, which has been very active in the private equity as well as real estate investment space, is now also planning to launch its other businesses in India, like infrastructure funding as well as credit business. Now, India is cash-starved when it comes to infra sector, and Blackstone's focus will be beneficial in our growing infra demand. Blackstone's India head Amit Dixit shared that in infrastructure they will be looking at digital infrastructure, especially data center investments, power transmission, and also transportation, which includes roads, airports, etc. Now, Blackstone's Schwarzman was clear that the infra investments have to be remunerative for them to take this plunge. Also commenting on India's evolution as an attractive destination for the private equity investors, Amit Dixit pointed that the exit opportunities provided by the equity markets in India have been very encouraging. And on the other hand, India is still a minority investment market, and there is room for more buyout opportunities to develop in the future. Schwarzman's visit also marks Blackstone's 20th anniversary in India. With that, it's a wrap on Too Sharp. Thanks so much for tuning in.